Hello everybody. I'm here with my friends and just wanted to give you a bit of an update on a topic that's very close to my heart, which is around autism, and especially when it's hard for us to remember something can still exist even when we can't see it. You know how sometimes the sun can disappear? Well, it feels like it's disappearing, but it's actually still in the sky but behind the clouds. Yes, I know. All right, you can sit on my lap. But that's sometimes hard for us to remember when we can't see it, but it's still there. And sometimes it can be like that with other things. I know when I was away from home and I was away at a school, I felt like my family didn't exist anymore because I couldn't see them. So somebody suggested I get a photograph and just look at that every day to remind myself they were still here, even though they weren't with me. And I found that really helpful, really useful. So this is called Object Permanence. Yes? Oh, you know about these things. I thought you might. Knowing something can still exist even when we can't see it. And this can be connected to a whole heap of things like emotions, people, events, things we get used to, things we have to have a different relationship with when they change, and so on. So I thought I'd just talk to you a little bit about this because as autistic people, because we're so single-minded, it's very easy to forget that things can still be here when we can't see them. And it's very easy to kind of lose the feeling of connection to some of those things. I know, very fluffy. So I thought I'd just mention some of that because it's actually something that I know that can impact on how difficult it can be to get through our day. Sometimes at school, things change, like the timetable. Just when you're expecting something to happen, they go and change that event. And it's like it's completely gone. You know, you've come to school all ready for that event, and suddenly it's not happening anymore. And it feels like you're being lied to. I mean, why would they put it on the timetable if it's not going to happen? But actually, you know, change is allowed. Change is allowed. And when I first heard that, I was like, wow, that's powerful. That's amazing. I knew they changed things all the time, but I certainly didn't know they were allowed to. You didn't either. Yeah, I can see the surprise on your face. Anyway, so if we know that these things still exist even when we can't see them, and we know that change can happen, I guess it should help us feel a little bit more comfortable and less scared. We can have photographs of things to help us remember. We can put more than one thing on the timetable. 3 would be good, so that then if the first one can't happen, there might be another event that can. And it's on the timetable, so we're prepared for that to take its place. That would be useful. We can send text messages, and yes, I know sometimes mobile phones aren't allowed at school, but ideally, sending a message to check in, we think Mum might not be around, just to check that she still is, that would be really useful. I know my granddaughters used walkie-talkies at one point, and they could be downstairs in their living room and talk to Mum through one end of the walkie-talkie, and she would hear and reply while she was in a different room, so they knew she was still there. And that was helpful for getting through the night, for sleeping, for example, because my granddaughter used to wake up a lot, quite worried that Mummy wasn't there because she couldn't see her. This can be true of things that are our favourite things, might be favourite clothes, might be favourite people, like you guys, yep, favourite toys. When they're not there anymore and we can't find something, it can feel like the end of the world. But actually, it's just temporarily misplaced. The world hasn't ended. The world isn't misplaced. It's just, whoops, I've got to answer this phone. Excuse me. Oh, sorry to put you down so rudely. Right. You thought I'd gone. I hadn't. I was out of view, but I wasn't gone. Okay.